I'm actually live at exactly 3:50 in the morning. 3:50 in the morning. 3:50 in the morning. I've been busy. I've been busy. Did some work to the car yesterday. Interesting enough, some body work came out pretty good. Um, I'm going into the yard tomorrow and shoot some video. I'm going to make certain that I have enough of the plants ready to go during the summer. Cutting back the some blackberry bushes, also installing 2 bushes to bring the number up from I think about 5 to 7. And then I'm going to trim back some of the trees so that they will fit in the areas where I put them in. And I'm going to do that. So the trees will be what I need, 6 feet tall, 6.5. Also, cut away some of the branches so that I don't have too many uh, pieces of fruit on the tree. And also, sun can penetrate the tree pretty easily. That's my goal. Um, I do have the tools to do it, so I don't have to go out and buy anything. My trees are going to be really put to the test this year. The overhead trees are going to be removed. A lot of their branches are, in other words, so that I can get sun penetration in those areas. Um, I'm looking good as far as everything's on course. I have all the items I need. I have all the fertilizer I need. I bought everything early. I was telling everybody on earth to do that, to buy everything early, save money on it, because some of the stores have things in the stores that have been there all winter. All they want to do is clear them shelves. All they want to do is get rid of some of that gardening, loss of space, and they want to take it up with installing their trees for the Christmas holidays in the stores. So you can buy some things. If you see the yellow tags, you see the orange tags that tell you that they have markdowns. You see how much of a markdown to see if it's worth your effort. Home Depot's been holding pretty good to that because they've had things marked down from like $7 down to $2, from $7 down to 70 cents for fertilizers, 60 cents. So I've been buying a lot of that up, and I do it every year. And also purchase some peat moss. I get the big bundle because I like to make a lot of my potting soil. I like to make a lot of my starting soil. That's what I like to do. I like to be ahead of the game. I don't want to be struggling in the spring, running up to stores where everybody's there, it's busy, and they don't have time for you. And you're paying also you're paying a marked up price for everything, marked up because they know at this time of the year you will pay $700 and $800 for a grapevine plant. They know that. They know they can sell that. So what I tend to do is I buy one plant, I take cuttings off of that plant, and I grow as many grapevines as I want from that one plant. I do not buy but one plant. All I want is the genetics, and I'll grow the rest. Like I'm going out there tomorrow to take some cuttings for grapevines. I bought one grapevine. I think I spent $12 for it, and that was marked up like crazy. But I bought it only because it was a very unique variety. You don't see it in the stores. I bought it online, and when I bought this vine, I'm going to get some cuttings from it, and I'm going to go ahead and grow at least about two more. I always like to have backup in case one vine dies or something to that nature. I still have backup, and that's what I'm going to do. Also, my they call it a plant that's a kiwi. It's called Isaiah. The reason why I like the Isaiah kiwi is it grows a small piece of fruit about the size of a large grape. It's sweeter than the average kiwi you get in the stores. It also has a very um, beautiful taste to it. Um, and I bought it for $12 on eBay. Um, and I'm going to take that plant there and I'm going to get cuttings from it this year. And I'm going to grow maybe about 12 more plants such as that same one. Um, and that's gonna be successful. I'm gonna make sure certain that I have kiwi on my property. I'm gonna do one more plant of kiwi, and then the rest of them I'm gonna probably give it to neighbors or friends, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm gonna do. And the blackberry plant that I have, I absolutely got that from, yes, yes, great gardeners never ever rest when it comes to gardening. That's exactly what I do. I do it 24 hours a day. I think about it every day of the week, 7 days a week. Um, I'm always planning for it. I'm always ready to go, put something in the ground. This is something that I do, something that I love absolutely to the absolute maximum. It gets it done. And I'm also going to do some potatoes this year. I have my fertilizers in line. I have my 32-gallon container where I'm going to make some of my fertilizer, which is it's made for weeds and grass, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Um, I'm thinking about also. I have a rose bush in my yard. I have about three different varieties of rose bushes. One is a low-grown rose bush, doesn't grow very big each year, so I'm not going to mess with that one. But I have another one that's like a red and yellow flower, and it's beautiful. I propagated one from it over the years, and I thought to myself, why not grow about 8 or 9 more from that same plant? Because you could put them in strategic areas on your property as pollinators and bring in bees and bumblebees and things of that nature to come into your property and feed. And I said that's a good idea. Plus, it will add extra beauty to the yard because everything in my yard primarily is green. I got carried away with the theme of making certain that I grow just food. So I took out a lot of bushes and things of that nature that were food. Uh, um, and I early on started 18 years ago. I took out everything. I had everything green. Anything was green, it had a place in my property. But anything that was like grew flowers and that sort of thing, or tulips, I didn't much put in for that. But I have one group of vines that are in my yard that produces a flower that wrapped around and covered an entire stump. The stump is about 6 feet tall, and it covered it, and for years, bees and honeybees and wasps and everything collected to that area. So I got to thinking, wait a minute, they're only in that area. What if you had a couple of rose bushes here and there and here and there in strategic areas? There would be enough food supply on this property to allow the pollinators to come somewhere and get something to eat. Um, and another reason why I'm doing it with the rose bushes is because I already own the rose bushes. I don't have to buy rose bushes. I don't have to buy plants to bring pollinators in. I don't have to do that. I only have to use the rose bushes, and that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I already own them. So there's a two on the property. One is a red rose, which is on my front part of the yard. I'm going to take that up and use it. I'm going to also use the yellow and red, and it's going to just be a beautiful thing. And I start all my plants in a box of sand with a mixture of 50% compost and 50% sand. Write that down. You're gonna need it when you want to start plants. You might already have a good recipe, but I use that recipe for years. I put the plant down in there. It put some holes in the bottom so it drains right through, um, and you simply allow the plants to grow. And once they establish their roots, take a fork, go down in, pull them up, put them in a pot, or put them in the location you're going to put them in, and you got it all set. It roses for free, and you will grow big, beautiful roses for free. That's what I'm talking about. Cover the property, make it look pretty, especially with plants you already own. That's the way you do it. Well, this is the Morning Garden, and thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.